So what I'm wearing is it's a diesel. Yeah, you know, the chain. I got this from Kamala, you know.
The Oscars.
Friend of mine hooked me up.
Come on.
Yeah.
You look absolutely stunning. So how long did it take you to put that outfit together?
Oh. That's an unusual
Because
question.
you just
But anyway.
you never strike me. You know, every time I see you, you are in your character, the personality. So you don't strike me as somebody that would take their time.
Listen,
in the
there's no
closet.
need for you to hide. Just say it that I'm handsome. Eh? Just say it that
You are absolutely handsome.
this English you are saying you don't strike. Just say that you look different and you look handsome than in the videos.
Clearly, y'all know what we are up to today. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Emerge. Obviously, the best keeps getting better. I am with comedian, the African Joker. Now, listen, this isn't a joke. He is the most traveled comedian who has explored. Well, he's crossed borders, but I'm particularly interested in the African countries he has toured. The man has been to Nigeria, Malawi. Malawi is not in Zambia, guys. Zimbabwe,
Namibia,
Kenya, Namibia, Uganda.
South Sudan.
Wow.
Yes.
What does it take to literally get to a place where you're scooping such privileges in your industry?
I think hard work and believing in yourself and also believing in God. Yeah. So I think I'm one person who has really been I've really been hardworking, and also I've had an exceptional acceptance among, I think, across Africa. People have accepted me. I think they have really embraced me as their own. I've had that privilege in life. It's actually a blessing for me.
Which is really interesting. But before I get there, because I do have some questions on the other side.
Okay.
Which one was your first trip? Where did you travel to first? And what was it like for you?
So my first trip was in Namibia, in a place called Oshakat. It's kind of 1,000 kilometers, I think, away from the border.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my first trip, and it was scary. Yeah, because then I was really not conversant in standing in front of people. You know, there's a difference when you do videos on social media because, you know, when you are seated there alone.
So was that your actual first stand-up show?
Yes.
Oh,
the man actually said, "You're going to come and perform."
goodness.
Yes, and you know, one of the worst things that happened to me as a new comedian. I reached there, they told me you're going just to be there for 15 minutes. When I was home, they were telling me I'm going to be there for 15 minutes. Just prepare 15 minutes. If you can, just for 15 minutes, people to just see you. But when I went there, they told me you're going to be there for an hour.
Oh wow.
Yes. You know, like an hour making people laugh. I've never done that before. So it was it was scary, I can't lie. It's not easy to stand in front of people and make them laugh. That's why I respect people that make people laugh for a living.
You make people laugh for a living.
They may look like they are... and you know, the worst part about... I don't know if it's the worst, I don't know. About stand-up comedy, the way I've branched into stand-up comedy. No matter how many, or it doesn't matter how many times you do it or you stand in front of people, your heart will always beat. You will shake. You have this nerve-wracking feeling, you know, like it's scary all the time. I don't know why. I think for me, if I can speak for myself, it has always been like that. But the moment you step on the stage, you even forget that you are scared.
I actually listened to Oprah sometime. She had an interview. Well, she was in the seat at the time. Okay. She was being interviewed by a friend of hers in the industry. And she was asked if she gets nervous every time she has an opportunity to speak in front of people. Yeah. And she said, look, when you value what you do, the nerves will always be there. No matter how pro you are, it's literally a sign for your value and appreciation for what you do, because
Yes.
you want to impact the your audience, your client,
Too much.
and the people that are looking forward to just hearing what you have prepped for them. But then talking about that being the first huge gig, which happens to be something out of your comfort zone, I would like to know what then propelled you to get into a place where you were then cemented in the industry, because you kept getting calls from there on. It's like from here, you're in Uganda and you're in Nairobi and you're in South Africa. There could be one little thing that you did in that place that propelled you to get that solidification.
Since time in inception, I love to make people laugh. I think where I am, there's always happiness, there's always, there's always joy. And when you stand in front of people and you just see them laugh at what you're saying, what you're doing, it gave me a different perspective. When I'm posting videos on social media, there are those that you record and post. You don't really see people really. They may write their comments, yes, but when you're actually in the moment, you see them point at you, laugh with you. It gave me that encouragement to say, I think we need to spread more laughter. The sadness that is on earth, not just Africa, on earth, will shock you. And I said, I think I really want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Let me be that person that makes, if it's not going to be 100, at least one person should smile because of me. So every time, even when I'm going on stage, if there's one person who is going to laugh, I'll stick on that person.
Wow.
That's how it is. That's all that matters. And the blessing has been overwhelming, and I've stood on big, like really, really big stages, where you go and say, okay, this is really big. Like, this is huge. I always spot that one very person who will just laugh and say, this is my person.
Wow.
Yes.
So now today, Emerge has this nature where we discuss specific topics. And today particularly, I was very, very interested to explore your habits with regards to money, your relationship with money, and just your perspective. So I know that there is a build up to you exploring how you got into the industry and getting gigs and getting these opportunities.
Okay.
And of course, I know that they do come with a paycheck. Would you say that you are the most paid comedian in our country as of today?
I think if I said I'm the most paid comedian right now, I think that would be arrogance.
But it's statistics.
No, it would be arrogance. A paycheck without a smile, it doesn't matter how big it is, it's not a paycheck. For me, it's a topic that I wouldn't even want to get into or even talk about how much money I make or how much money I earn when I go out there. Because usually when I'm traveling out, I rarely, and this is the truth, I rarely know how much money I'm getting paid.
How's that?
I don't know. I'll get on a plane and I'll just be focusing. Sometimes I'll be there going through my book, trying to put things together.
Eric, that can't be true. You will not get up from Zambia
to
Kampala.
You will not believe this.
To go get a tukwacha.
You will not believe this. I don't even ask how much money are they paying us. I don't.
Why is that?
You see, the trip that I had in South Sudan, I realized one thing. When you travel out, you are not just going there to get paid. There are people that love me. To date, I'm shocked. They just love you. They see you, they cry.
Crazy.
Yes. Now, when I'm moving, when I hear somebody wants me into their country or they want me out, the first thing that comes to my mind is I don't want to disappoint anyone. when I go out there, I'll start preparing. I'll not ask how much money. That to me doesn't really click. Not until I'm done now. I say, Bwana, how much money are we getting paid here?
This is a comic show. You must be kidding me. Because look,
I'm telling you.
I recently attended Kazadi's masterclass, and he was explaining the importance of the money business in the
Yes.
entertainment industry.
Yes.
Because a lot of us locally, I know we're apologetic, especially when it comes to conversations
To do with
with
money.
regards with money. And look, the industry alone requires growth. And
Yes,
growth, is solely dependent on the money that we invest in this thing that we are doing.
Yes.
So then when we talk money conversations on a realistic perspective, how serious is the money business
Okay.
to your craft and your
Okay,
brand?
so it's like this. When the African Joker was created, I said I'm going to make money out of this. That was my first goal. Then the second goal came in and I said, no. If it's just about the money, I might not reach out there to make somebody else happy. But because that's my perspective, that's how I've thought of things. To be honest, I'm not really good with negotiations with money. So you know what I did? African Joker is not just a Facebook page. It's not just a name, African Joker, the way you see
I like that.
like other people do it. That's why when you go on my page, there's only the African Joker. I don't post anything anyhow.
Like
You'll never see my family there. You'll never see anything else there apart from the African Joker content. No matter how useless it may seem to you, for me, it goes through a process that we've set up and said, this is going to be a brand. If we're going to do business with people, they will need to talk to somebody who's got the courage, who is able to talk to them business-wise. So I've got somebody who manages my work. And believe me, even if I said you are going to give me a 3,000, the other guy is going to say, no. This is not worth 3,000.
Yeah.
Yes. So that man has been handling my finances. For me, my job is to make people happy. That's what I've taught myself. If I bring in money, you are not going to be happy. You understand what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Yes. So the brand has grown to a level where there's a group of people that work behind, like try and put things in order for me, organize plane tickets. Have they paid for plane tickets? They look at all those things. I don't even hold my own passport when I'm moving. It may seem small, but I've come to appreciate it because at the end of the day, it also helps me prepare adequately towards making people or giving people what they want. So I think also the industry as it is growing, we need to look at, I've noticed some of my friends don't have people managing them. We take that for granted. I'll do everything myself.
Yeah.
That's the reason when somebody says, even when you're supposed to go to a gig that is worth 5,000, people will charge 1,500
It's crazy.
because they are talking on their perspective. Nimvera njala, I'm hungry right now. I need to eat. To me, let be 1,500.
Yeah.
After doing that gig, they discover the gig is worth 8,000. You see? So when you have somebody who is managing your finances, it's a different game. It's a different story. And I don't even have too much knowledge to even talk about it.
Crazy.
That's the reason why for me, the topic of money issues to do with the African Joker brand, there are companies that we are dealing with that I don't even sit on the table.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So now, I do understand that there is the brand in here, but obviously inside the brand, there is the human being. And I'm literally trying to understand your dissections and just perspectives towards money. I would like to understand from your personal perspective and
Okay.
experience, what relationship do you have with money? And this is drawn from, I saw a very funny post that you put up about about a man not having money and all of that. So I'm curious to know just your relationship with money, and is a man's masculinity tied to money? Because there's been conversations around, men identify well with when they're making quite enough. So with you, I mean, I know that you're not doing negotiations, but at the end of the day,
I need money.
As a brand and as a human being, what is your relationship like with money? And does that identify with your masculinity?
I'll be blunt with you. The truth is, a man needs to have money. Yeah, the society that we are living in right now requires a man to have money. And sadly, it has also affected our masculinity. Like you have to have money. Certain people would not have the status that they have in the society if they didn't have money. There are people that have money, and when you actually sit with them to talk one-on-one, you discover to say, there's nothing really serious about this person. But because of the money, it gives them a certain status in the society. If I said I don't really pay attention to money, I would be lying. I'll tell you that in the short period of time that I've done this comedy, just from the African Joker brand, I've done massively a lot from the money I've made. And I don't regret, because I think I'm one of the few that has used the money wisely. Yes, and I'm proud of that. Even when I travel out, I come back, I don't rush to spend what. Even when I go out, I don't spend. Even within, when I have a gig within, I'm not that person that spends money a lot. I don't think I've been that person. I don't remember the time that I was like that.
Yes, which has actually been very common in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
When you make your money, there's friends that are specifically just
Keeping
for the
up
enjoyment
appearances, you
and
need to
keeping
have
up
that
appearances.
vehicle.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that you've taken advantage of with regards to the opportunities that you've been able to garner and, just allowed yourself to grow further?
I invested in the brand, and also I'm doing things just to make me, the comedy that we do, especially comedy is not really, it doesn't have the longevity. Yeah, there's a time when you blow, when people really want you, and there's a time when people say, I think the name has gone down. Yeah, so even your value is attached to that. The more noise you're making, the more people want to see, yearn to see you, the more value you have. But when people finally say, okay, I think we've seen him, you have attended all these shows, and it finally dawns down to say, no, I think right now you cannot do comedy. And that's why I was telling you before the interview, I said, I just don't want to do comedy.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to offer. I'm not just that guy that puts on the head sock, sits on a screen and starts talking.
But we love the head sock. Where is it? Can we have it in? Because
sunshine.
Yeah, but carry on.
Yeah, so that's.
I could probably tap some grace,
Yeah,
traveling grace.
Be my guest. Yeah, there's nothing that
Ladies,
is attached to that.
It's about that time to make you jealous. Yes, but carry on.
Yeah, so I feel whenever you have an opportunity to, you have a breakthrough in your career, I believe every person has got a time in life. Okay, you look funny.
I do.
Okay, so we all have.
Easy?
We all have what they call a point in life when you have this breakthrough. Now, that point in life, the way I believe it, it comes and goes.
Yes.
To others, it never even comes back. So I believe this opportunity that I have right now, if I don't plan well, it's not about how people are looking at me. It's about how I feel. I might end up being depressed because at the end of the day, you are the African Joker, you moved out. Sort out your issues.
Yeah.
You see, this life that we have, these things that we work towards to better our lives, we do it for ourselves. Somebody told me, you know what? Work hard so that somebody does not put money to come and bury you. Your money should bury you.
Wow.
People should not go around with your photo saying we need money to bury this person.
Contributions.
Yes.
People should contribute from free will.
People should say, no, this person had money. Let this money work.
So what's next for the African Joker? I know, you've branched out, you've invested. Just tell us a little bit about what you're doing production-wise and just how that will sustain you to the Hollywood stage.
Okay, so right now there's a project that I'm trying to bring out. I want to go actively into music videos. I want to start making music videos.
Okay.
Yeah, one step at a time. I know I'm going to get there.
Absolutely.
I want to invest in music videos and also photography. I love photography. It's been, it's my first love. Yeah. Then also when it comes to comedy,
You've already set up a photo studio.
Yes, I have.
In Mazaboka.
Yes.
Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm just planning I really want to help others achieve what I have achieved, if not even more. So I think I'm trying by all means to just have that positive impact on the society and just do the right thing.
Wow, and continue to make more money. So it's crazy. I need you back for part 2.
Yeah.
Because I want to dig into the part where you said, I do not put my family. Are you married?
Let's continue speculating. Sometimes the speculations are really nice. Sometimes they give you 2 wives, they give you 4. Sometimes they say you're single.
The African Joker, are you married?
So I'll leave it up to you. Yeah, I'm whatever you want me to be.
Well, look, who ended on the speculative note. Thank you so much. I had such a wonderful time.
I had a wonderful time too. Thank you so much for having me.
And we are inspired by you.
thank
Wishing
you so
absolutely
much.
The best.
I'm so humbled.
And I'm looking forward to seeing your star in Hollywood.
Thank you. You will definitely see it. Hollywood, I'm on my way.
Okay, so because we love being a little extra, we are gonna throw, because with the African Joker, he's my brother. She will say, no,
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll shuffle them real good. And
one has dropped down. I think it's the one I'll pick.
Should I give it to you instead?
No, please shuffle them.
Okay, so
I pick?
Yes.
Okay. I hope it's not. Are you married?
You can read it. We want to see your reading skills.
What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? The most embarrassing thing I've ever done.
Because you're always embarrassing people on Facebook.
Okay, so it was back in high school.
Yeah.
I was the vice head boy. So you know how our schools are where you sit in front, and then the rest of the class sits in, like they occupy the rest of the room.
Yes.
So I was evening prep, evening studies, where everyone is studying. It's quiet.
That was a boarding school.
Yes, a boarding school. So I came into this class, and I sat. It was actually my class. Okay. Yes. So I said, I'm not going to study anywhere else today. I'm going to have the privilege to study with my classmates. So I sat in front, pushed the desk towards the board. I sat there. So I was showing them my back. Everyone else sat behind. Then I don't know what happened. I slept.
Okay.
I slept like I was gone. So, there's this silence. And then I just let out a fart. That one still haunts me.
You what?
I fought.
You fart?
In high school,
Great.
You know how bullying is in high school? And you're the vice head boy, and then you just let it go.
Oh, wow. I would like to hear the reaction.
So I was laying with my head on the desk. Yeah. I heard it also.
Yeah.
It was so loud. No, this is not funny, Ulo. For what? For who? Why are you laughing? It was so loud.
You taught us to present business strategy.
It was so loud, and I heard it.
Yeah.
And there was no way you could pretend that maybe it's your neighbor because I was alone in front.
Oh, wow. carefully set apart.
I didn't wake
for that
up.
particular
I didn't
mission.
wake up. I was like, Lord, this is not happening to me. Why me, Lord? And that class, there was somebody that was really, really, we had a relationship with, the high school thing. Yeah. I just heard the whole class laugh. The laughter that they give you. That was the most embarrassing day of my life. And instead of me waking up, I pretended like I was sleeping.
Yeah.
My heart was beating fast. I was sweating. I was even praying, Lord, why me?
Oh my God.
What did I do to deserve this? Lord, this is going to haunt me. They started calling me fat man.
They are creative.
I wasn't even fat.
Listen, I don't
And
need you to pick it.
the worst thing is that they didn't use English to call me fat man.
What did they call you?
Ati bachishupu babwera.
Listen.
Dude, I carried that for the rest of the whole grade 12.
What? Was
And
that your 12th grade?
Yes, and you know how everything just spreads, like everyone, the whole school, like you can't stand in front of people and just talk. Bachishupu. That's how bad it was for me.
But I guess that's what makes high school really interesting. Thank you so much for joining today's conversation. Obviously, I have tapped the traveling grace. And tell me which part of today's conversation you enjoyed the most. Do share your money habits. If you have been identifying your identity with money, and also which part of today's conversation did stand out for you. Well, from me, your girl Ulo, the delightful host, like I always say, if there is anything that you want to do, if it stands right and serves purpose, then go do it.